Family. And you know what? That's what you said. You said family trumps all, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean it. I live it.
Yeah, welcome back home, man.
What's going on?
How did it feel to be out there, after what you've gone through and home and the fans were behind you, going to Swerve's house? How'd that all feel?
It felt like a real deep, dark moment for the last month or so, especially with my health and all that. I didn't know how I was going to really perform, how I was really going to be. And it was just like, one of the biggest things I could use right now is Tacoma, Washington.
Sure.
Nothing feels better than like getting back to your roots to re-energize you again and get your confidence back, especially with what was going on with Nana and MVP and Shelton while I was gone, and you really can't do much about it. I'm still not 100%, but I am getting a clean bill of health to keep moving forward. And no better way to do that than like coming back to WrestleDream, where honestly this whole push really started for me last year. Last year's WrestleDream really was the rocket ship to really get me to the main event in the World Championship.
But given what happened tonight with Shelton Benjamin, is it your first order of business once you are 100% cleared?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so, but we got to see how these next couple weeks really pan out.
All right. Any questions for Swerve? Tell us who you are, please.
Hey, Swerve, Jason Jones, The Athletic.
Hey, buddy.
The story, in that interaction you had with Shelton, you talking about when you were 12, what that would have been like to be standing in front of him, just looking at where your career has gone in the last couple of, last year plus, just what is it like to now be in the position you are in now, and then to now have someone you looked up to like a Shelton Benjamin in the ring with you and be able to work with him?
It's pretty surreal. But I honestly, over the last year, I kind of been doing that. Like, I got in the ring with RVD, childhood hero. I got in the ring with the Jeff Hardy, a childhood hero. I got to, I got in the ring with like Bryan Danielson at Wembley. So literally, these are guys that I've been studying and watching ever since I was like a kid. But with Shelton, that's like, we've had a match before on Independence, but to do it on a new stage, we're really doing like what, once again, AEW does a great job really bringing in these guys, these legends, and really bringing that shock back into them to like revitalize that next stage of their careers. Where honestly, when stages where they should be like trailing off, they kind of like revamp and get more engine and they start steamrolling again, So AEW has like a magic touch with that stuff, and I honestly can't wait to see what Shelton does with that. And MVP is like a man that's passed down so much knowledge to me over the last several years, and like still to this day I meant every word what I said out there with him. Like, I still hold a lot of those words and that knowledge to this day, and I utilize it. So with Shelton, it's going to be a true gift for the AEW fans. And I'm looking through the comments from the interactions tonight on social media, and a lot of people are like getting brought back in just for the guy's presence. And that's why, like, pairing them up with me right now and like seeing like, okay, this is where we got to go. I feel it, and the fans feel it.
All right. Next. Over here on the left.
Hey, it's Brian Alvarez from The Observer.
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
How important would you say Defy was for your career?
Huge. I love Defy. That's a flag I'll always plant, and every time I get a chance to shout them out, especially in the state, I'm going to do it. Defy really was the birthplace for a lot of us to really get to the next level, especially on the independent level. That was really where elite wrestling really came from, and especially for this area, Pacific Northwest, there's only like a handful of guys that's really been made a name for themselves out of this area. Defy kind of introduced a whole new crop, a whole new wave. Like myself, Darby, Nick Wayne, we all came, like, honestly started really generating say again? Brody. Like, I remember, like, there's so many matchups that's just like, when they happened at Defy, it just sparked a wave of like attention across the rest of the country, and then eventually across the pond to like the UK, and you had Progress coming over doing these things with them. New Japan started doing some work with them. Like, all these guys really started coming over there. So it was instrumental, and it really taught me how to truly be a star. You know, you always want to go to places where you want to learn how to wrestle, but there's very few places that teach you how to be a star, and Defy did that for me.
Thanks, Brian.
We'll do 2 more for Swerve.
2 more? Okay.
Nick Hart from BodySlam again. When it comes to Shelton Benjamin, since his free agency period, he's spent time all over the West Coast already with West Coast Pro, Prestige, and Defy. Have you gotten a chance to take a look at any of those matches he's had so far?
I have not yet, but just like naming those places, I'm going to have to, you know, because this man might got a new bag out there. Maybe not be pulling out old tricks. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But just I'm just happy he's out there and moving around, and a lot of these fans are getting to see him again the way he should be seen.
Anyone else for Swerve?
1 more? Okay.
JC from Havoc Sports. Swerve, the last match between you and Hangman Adam Page, is the nail in the coffin between you guys, or are you going to see that match again?
Right now, I think a lot of things have been settled, but there's a small little minute piece that still hasn't been settled with him. Like, he can have that victory. He can have that he can have that unsanctioned victory over me. I have 2 legit victories over him, and I'm always going to hold that over his head. And another thing was, like, over the last year, I was the best thing to happen to Hangman Page. Because if you look at All Out last year, he was on 0 Hour doing a battle royal. I brought him to the main event, just like I did with Will Ospreay.
All right. Thank you, Swerve Strickland.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you, buddy.
buddy.
Welcome back too, man.
Swerve out!
Nice to have back.
Swerve's the man.